right, guys, let's just get this shit over with, huh? Okay, the Mavs lose Game 6. We're going to Game 7. The Mavs have a perfect opportunity to close it out at home. Instead, they lose. They lose their fucking third home game of the series, right? And they had this game wrapped up. They did. They were up 7. I don't remember when it was exactly. At some point in the third quarter, Luka shot a step back 3. Could have made it a 10-point game. I was about ready to say, hey, this one might be over, guys. He missed it, and then the Clippers go on an immediate run, and then they just blow him out the fucking water in the fourth quarter. It was an embarrassing showing in that fourth quarter. I mean, listen, let's just start by saying this, right? When Kawhi Leonard does that, it's just like, what do? You know what I mean? You just kind of tip your cap and then move on. Right? 45 points. I will say this, though. Are we ever going to double team him at any point? It's been one game this series that Kawhi has not gone absolutely nuclear. Are we going to double him at any point? He's shooting 60% from the field. That should be impossible over the course of 6 games. That should be next to impossible. And if that was the case going into Game 6, you would think, okay, we're going to send literally everybody we have in our team at Kawhi. If Paul George beats us, fine. At least it's not Kawhi. Instead, they're just like, nah, Kawhi, you stay on an island. Stay on an island. All of our defenders are on an island on Kawhi Leonard, and he was unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. I thought Rick is a better coach than Ty Lue by far, and I think Rick's actually coached a good series. Tonight, he was shit. Tonight, he was utter trash. Rick has to be better in Game 7. He has to be if the Mavs have any chance of winning this. I mean, that's all I got for the Clippers. It was the fucking Kawhi Leonard show. What is there to say? Kawhi went absolutely nuts. 45 points on 18 of 25 shooting. And I will say this. You know, you did play some decent defense on him at times. Like, he was hitting some tough shots. But a lot of those shots were pretty easy for Kawhi standards. Pretty easy. For the Mavericks, there are a couple of things I want to say. First and foremost, Luka did not play well at all. Stat padded super hard there at the end. He's got to work on his conditioning. Like, when the playoffs come around, it's a different game entirely, right? And we've seen this now multiple times throughout the series where Luka, the fourth quarter comes around and he just doesn't have the legs, man. He's airballing shots. He's not shooting. He's not driving. He has to get in the gym and improve that fucking conditioning going into next season. He has to, period. Because you're going to get into the postseason in games like this where down the stretch, your team needs you to take games over and you're just too tired. You're passing. You're playing way too passive. You're airballing shots. It has to get better in the offseason. And the other thing, too, it's easy to blame a bunch of guys here. KP only had 7 points. But that's because KP was phased out of the game entirely, right? Like, we can blame KP, but he just was phased out of the game. Maxi Kleber, 0 points. Maxi Kleber looked fucking sad. It looked sad. Like, it really, I like Maxi a lot. He seems like a really cool dude. It looked sad. I felt bad. I was almost sad for him because he just looked so scared. He looked so scared out there. So scared. And you know what? You can blame Max. You can blame all these other guys. But listen, man. The number one culprit for all of this, and for whatever reason, there are still so many defenders of this dude in the Mavs fandom, is Donnie Nelson. This guy, year in and year out, refuses to build a good team. Refuses. There is zero reason why Maxi Kleber should be getting closeout minutes in a series clinching game. There is no fucking reason he should be out there. None. He is a 10th man in the rotation. You bring in, you need a little stretch big. You need somebody who can play some defense here and there. That is Maxi Kleber's role. It is not, I am playing closing minutes in a huge game, in a closeout game. That is unbelievable, honestly. There is no reason why Boban is starting games in Game 6 in the postseason. There's no reason. There is no reason these guys should be out there like this. It's just a terrible fucking roster, man. It's horrid. It is a horrid roster. And now the Clippers figured Luka out. And this is why I'm very worried about Game 7. I don't know why it took them this long to do this, but they're now blitzing on double teams where when they try to set a pick, somebody will come and fake like they're about to set a double. Luka has to pick up his dribble, and then they fall back immediately. And if you have good teammates around you, right, this could be a good opportunity for Luka to find the open guy. I mean, he did have 11 assists, but I feel like he could have had so many more. If like Luka finds the open guy, they get an open look from deep, or they get an easy cut. Instead, they pass to Maxi Kleber, who looks terrified. How many open threes did Maxi Kleber just completely pass up on because he looked terrified to shoot? Or get to Dorian, who's bricking threes. Tim was great at first, but then he started missing shots towards the end. Like, I don't feel confident at all about Game 7, guys. I'm just gonna be 100% honest with you. I don't feel confident in Game 7. I really do not. Because Kawhi's in God mode. You lucked out. You lucked out in Game 5. You lucked out in Game 5 and you got a shoddy Kawhi Leonard performance. You did. Now, I mean, the best chance for the Mavs is they pray to God Kawhi has another off night on Game 7. Like, they just pray that Kawhi has a bad night. Or Paul George really goes pandemic P and just has a horrid night and sells. Like, that is really your hope. Because Luka looks just fucking exhausted, man. He like the whole night tonight, he looked exhausted. It wasn't like the fourth quarter came and he was like struggling. It was like the whole night he didn't look like he had his legs under him. And then you have to depend on your others. Do we feel confident in anybody on this team? Anyone. Literally a single person. I don't have confidence in a single guy on this roster to step up and carry the load and help out. Like, Brunson has really disappointed me, man. I've been a huge Brunson guy. Oh, I'm so disappointed in the way he's played. I really am. And then I just can't go over how terrible Maxey was. And again, I don't even want to go hard on Maxey because he has no business being out there. Like, he just has zero business being on the floor. And this roster construction is so terrible, man. So terrible. But you got to give a shout out to Kawhi, because he played the fucking game of his life, really. So I mean, Game 7 on Sunday. It's gonna be madness. It's gonna be madness. But I can't help but feel like this was the chance. I will say the only reason why I'm even somewhat confident or even a little tiny bit hopeful is that it is on the road, and for whatever reason the Mavericks can't win at home. And that it's at 2:30 p.m. Central game. So who knows? Those early games on the West Coast can usually be weird. So maybe we luck out in that regard. But I thought tonight was the night, man. Tonight was the night. You're at home. The crowd was rocking. You had a 7-point lead during the third. It felt like it literally felt like, again, if Luka had hit that step back three that he missed to make it a 10-0 game, it felt like you would have started to see the wheels fall off a little bit for the Clippers, right? They're like, oh, fuck, we're down 10. We're going to be the laughing stock of the league. Like, holy shit, here we go again. But then he missed, and then Kawhi just literally took this game over from there on. The Clippers had 31 points in the fourth. If you set me down and said, those were all Kawhi Leonard, I would say, that actually sounds right. That actually sounds like that could be true. I mean, you didn't have an answer for him. And you see Kawhi had 42, and he was clicking the whole time. Paul George had 46, and he was hitting 46 minutes, and he was hitting big shots down the stretch. Like, Luka gets to these stretches where once he hits that 34, 35-minute mark, it's like brick wall, right? He just runs into a brick wall, and it sucks because we saw this at the start of the fourth quarter. Luka needed his rest. The team went to complete and total shit. They missed like their first 7 shots or something like that. The only points they had were Josh Richardson free throws. Because nobody else on this team can do anything at all by themselves. It's just stuff that you have to improve in the offseason. I mean, there's still a Game 7, man. I hope this team comes out with a lot more energy. I hope they aren't as defeated as a lot of Mavs fans are, including myself. A little reactionary. Of course, man. Of course. It's the fucking postseason. It's Game 6. My team had a chance to close out the Clippers. Of course I'm going to be reactionary. Of course. What's the point? What's the point of being a fan if you're not going to be reactionary about shit like this? So I will see you guys tomorrow, Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, Bucks and Net. Just bit my tongue. I do that often. I will see you guys then. Obviously, it'll be a little bit more laid back and relaxed compared to tonight's stream, which was tense and sad and depressing. So I will see you guys then. Okay, goodbye. See ya.